episode of My Car Story. I'm here with Mark. Mark, what's your last name?
Wilke.
Mark Wilke and I, and we're out at Indianapolis 500. They bring some cars out here. Mark's family has a whole history. You're going to find out about that. I'll grab the camera. Thank you, Bill, as I usually do. Now, Mark, before we get into your car, what kind of car is it?
It's a 1968 Gurney AAR Eagle.
So how does someone out of all the cars in the world end up with a Gurney Eagle?
Well, in 1968, the AAR, which stands for All American Racing, built 8 of these 68 Eagles. And at that time, my grandfather, who was running our race team, Leader Card Racers, bought 2 of the cars. And in the process, throughout since 1968 through 1972, we owned 3 68 Eagles. So this is one of the 3, and this is the car that actually Mike Mosley drove in the 1972 Indy 500, was leading the race, crashed really bad in turn 4, right front hub broke. He was like climbing out of the car at 100 miles an hour. It's a great video if you go to see it. Unfortunate for Mike, but the car has been restored, and we've had it since 1972 in the 72 livery colors, and it's just an awesome car.
So what was Grandpa's name?
Grandpa's name was Bob Wilke, and then my dad, who ran the IndyCar team from 1970 when my grandfather died to 1994 was the last time we ran at Indy. My dad is Ralph Wilke.
Step alongside me. Let's take a look at our featured. Come on back here with me.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty cool, having one of these.
Yeah, it's a lot of original parts on the car. You can actually see where the car was when it crashed, where it was restored, where the tub was patched. Pretty much everything's original.
It's just got some great colors. Where was it smashed? Not that we want to...
Actually, it was the right front hub broke.
Right in here.
And actually the tub has been patched underneath. You really can't see too much of it.
You can't see.
But it's been patched from here on back.
Well, it looks great. Let's get a look on the other side of it.
No,
Let me get a look on the other side. We'll get the sun hitting it. Now, do you ever get the chance, or does Grandpa allow you or your dad to drive these?
Well, actually, we brought it out this weekend, more of a show car.
Yeah.
We're going to actually get it running and participate in the Indy 500 next year for the vintage cars.
So your dad was also friends with Jim Gardner.
Yeah, James Gardner.
James Gardner from
sure.
the Rockford Files. Some people know that.
And my grandfather.
Your grandfather.
Yep.
Here's the interior and the dials, as you can see, and the stick shift's over here.
Lever. Yep.
And the brakes are just like normal brakes, way down there.
You got all the obviously clutch and brake and gas below.
It's got
and this is the authentic engine for the car. It actually was stamped right here. If you see the stamp, it's upside down, but you can see the middle stamp says 72. That was the Indy 500 in 72, and it was car number 98. So they kind of did it backwards, but that's the.
So it'd actually be.
Yep, like sort of like that, even though there were two punches and one was the wrong way.
And we've got some of the detail there on the engine.
Yeah, the really neat thing about this car back in those days is they allowed the rear wing to be so big, and it actually came out to the middle of the tire, where after 1973, they actually, because the wings were so big and they were getting so much downforce and the speeds kept going up, they actually moved this into the inside of the tire, so you had about that much on each side taken off.
Gotcha. Let's take a look at the back of this.
It's a turbocharged offie.
You can see the big turbocharger.
Yeah.
Right there.
And this was the technology back then. They ran these cars, you know, maybe anywhere from 4 to 6, 8 years sometimes. Nowadays days they run a car a couple of years at best.
Really looks cool. Mark, let's have you stand right next to it. Oh, you know what? Let's take one quick look at one other thing before I forget. I want to get just a little detail. Show me the details on this book. This book is, let's take the front of it. Leader Racing. There you go. A Dynasty of Speed. Now, is that your grandfather?
Yeah, this is my grandfather. This is A.J. Watson, our crew chief. And then Roger Ward, when he won in our car in 1959.
How cool is that?
The Indy 500.
And then there's Grandpa again,
yeah,
right?
That's Grandpa. And then
There's
with Bobby
James
Unser,
Garner.
our driver.
Bobby Unser.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Let's go back to the car. I didn't
right.
want to forget that piece. Let me have you stand right next to it. Hey Mark, thanks for being on My Car Story.
You betcha. Thank you.